Hello, today is another beautiful day, and I have information for you from the European Council. Yeah, the European Council has been experiencing issues that has to do with migrant workers, and currently they've had challenges with filling up positions within the European Union countries. So they rely so much on migrant workers who will leave their countries to come to work in the EU. So in order to make this process very easy, they set up a committee which is currently looking at, granting a single work and stay permit for non-European Union nationals to be able to live and work in any European Union country of choice, which means if this is granted and you move to Germany to work, you can actually decide to, move to France after a period of time in Germany to work. So this is what they've set a union, and the union has actually, the council has actually given their nod on the 12th of April 2024. This was approved, and currently this announcement has been made that people will be able to work within, to switch job within any of the European Union countries with a single work and stay permit. That means that if you have a work permit in UK, in Germany, and you also have, of course, stay permit, then this could also allow you to move to Belgium, and it could allow you to move to Norway, and other part of the European Union country. Well, but then you should understand that some of the countries also make some legislation which may warrant you to complete certain year in a particular country before you can move. For example, say in Malta, they might have to ask you to spend at least 2 years working in Malta before you can actually switch to Norway or to Germany or to France and all that, just to make sure that people don't get through one country which is a bit less privileged and all run into a particular country which they think have more advantage. So I've been reading from my laptop, to talk about some things that are, some information about this process. So let's look at the application procedure. A third country worker can submit an application from the territory of a third country, or if he or she is a holder of a valid resident permit from within the EU. If a member state decides to issue the single permit, this decision will serve as both resident permits and work permits. So it doesn't matter whether you're in the UK or whether you're in the EU or you're in your country in Africa or in Asia, but wherever you are, you can actually apply for this single permit. So this single permit immediately is being given nod because both a work permit and it also become a resident permit. So this makes it quite easier for you. One do not have to spend much time to be able to do the two applications separately, and you also can move from one country to the other. Let's look at the duration of the procedure. The revised Single Permit Directive comes with stricter deadlines for the decision to issue a permit. This should happen within 3 months of receipt of completed application. So once the application is completed, within 3 months, this permit must be issued. Okay, but if member state chooses to check the labor market situation before deciding whether to grant a single permit, for instance, to assess the need for a third country workers profile, this should also take place during this 90 days period. This time limit for a decision may exceptionally be extended for an additional 30 days. So whether they want to do a labor market impact assessment, whether they want to check if there is need for someone to come from elsewhere to work in the EU or not, they should do it within the 90 days and a maximum of 30 days extendable, which means your permit must be issued or even rejected within a maximum of 120 days. So you can see this is quite a shorter period of time. It's not going to keep you indefinitely thinking whether you're going to get a permit or not. Next is change of employer. A novelty of a review is that single permit holder will be able to change employer, such a change may be subject to notification to the authorities, and member states may carry out a labor market check. EU countries may also require a minimum period during which the single permit holder is required to work for the first employer. So, the country by country basis, they are going to take their decision to say, no, if you are giving you this single permit, then you should not work for more than, you should not work for less than a year for your employer. Okay, so these are things they may decide, and you can actually change your job, but this decision will, guide you accordingly. Then the next thing is unemployment. The update also establishes rule applicable if a single permit holder becomes unemployed. If for any reason you do not have a job again, but you already have this permit, it allows you to stay for up to 6 months and even 2 years after your permit has expired. After you do not have a job again. Okay? So if your permit is expiring by January, let's say it has expired January, you can stay until June, up to 2 years, depending on certain criteria which they will decide. So this is also a good news, and within this period you should be able to look for a job and find a job to adapt again. Okay? Yeah. So the next step is the directive will enter into force on the 20th day following that of its publication in the official journal of the European Union, which means by next month this directive will be taken. By May, this is May, right? By May, this directive has already taken place. So guys, this is a very great information. It means that you can actually move and switch from one EU country to the other without finding so much stress. I know if you've been to any of the European Union countries, you'll notice that the European Union countries are, they have very good climate, and they have good environment, and they have very high standard of education and medical care. So if you ask me, it's one of the best places you should consider for a work migration dream. So guys, this is what I have for you. I'll be bringing out more information that will help you to achieve your migration dream. So don't forget to share this video, and please do like it and subscribe. Thank you.